Once there was this disco, got into the playoffs after starting 1-5, and when he finally made it, his running backs had turned from stars into fuckwads. He said he punched his sack blue because the loss hurt so hard. Once there was this cougar, beat the Isotopes to make it into the playoffs, but then this guy Mike Evans blew his hammy out all over the field. OBJ sucked dick just like he did all year. Welcome to the Tonto's Demise playoffs. I'm Hillbillies on PCP, Tonto Bowl 6 champ, sitting here with
Matt Detling, your Tonto Bowl 1-3, and your current champion, Bow Down.
Yeah, we're doing it live, baby. We did that in 2 takes. 2 takes.
Yes, we did, and I'm probably sure it still sucks, but I apologize. Brian was on key. I was not, as usual.
We butchered the but you know what?
The most important part of the song?
Yeah.
That's all right.
We butchered the worst song ever created, according to Bigler.
We tried to make it better.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can even do that.
It was strange the first take. We had to sing fuckwad in front of Nola. That was weird. So I'm hoping
sure she said it with us.
I'm hoping she doesn't repeat that
she
too.
She hummed it. She said, "I'm a big girl now, Daddy. I don't need anyone." Fuckwad.
Please, God, don't repeat that to Crystal.
This just in, all podcasts have been suspended until further notice due to Crystal's losing her mind.
That's right. Delling, I gotta tell you, I'm excited for this week. First week that truly has meant anything for me for a while. And I'm not saying that just to be a dick, but it's like...
You dick.
Yeah, dick. I'm just serious. It's like the last 3 weeks haven't really meant a whole lot. I just cared to get in the playoffs. I got in the playoffs, and now I finally get to play a matchup. And it's good. It feels good. So not trying to rub anything in, but I'm just excited to finally get to play a game that's going to be like a make it or break it. You know, shut up, put up or shut up.
That's right.
You know, winner takes all. All that. Pushing all the chips in. All those cliches.
Yes. So, I'm pretty numb from the drugs that I got from being medicated for being depressed. Sweet Sassy Molassie. Go playoffs. And Dove Chocolate.
Oh my God. Please don't bring that back.
The chocolate tears of Switzerland.
I forgot about that. Thankfully, I forgot about that until this moment.
How we make our money, Brian. Yeah. We put on this wonderful show for all of you. But no, yes.
Are the drugs good?
Yes, they're always good.
I think Disco's got to be on some drugs too, because he's taking it surprisingly well after 2 hours of punching himself in the nutsack.
Oh, believe me, he's definitely on drugs.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't know if it's the Adderall and his hat is sweaty or not. I don't know if he's gone to a strip club, but all I know is he said he's probably just as humiliated as he was at the strip club when she said his hat was so sweaty.
Wow. And that was got to be a low point in his not his life, but I don't know, at a strip club at least. Everybody else is
strip club career.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's not a very long one, long and illustrious, but
yeah, to be honest, I couldn't tell you anything about his strip club career. That's the first time I was there with him, and unfortunately,
what's the proud moment?
Well, I mean, still got his hat. Hey, listen, when I was in Vegas, I was at a strip club with Craig and Justin. And the girl took my Pirates cap. I was at the front of the stage. She used it, and when I got it back, there was a mysterious substance on the bill of the hat. So I think it's just the thing with strippers, man.
I guess so. So his came back wet, but it was from his own sweat.
Yes.
Yeah, and yours came back probably from something else.
Yeah, and I was kind of gross.
Yeah.
I thought it was maybe from the stuff that they used to wipe down the pole or yeast infection. Either or, I'm pretty sure I put the hat back on.
So instead of the stripper saying ooh to you, you said ooh to the stripper.
I said, you are not the one for me.
Yeah.
But no, yes, that was poor Bigler.
Yeah.
Poor Bigler indeed.
So yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of managers that are on drugs currently.
Yeah, but the ones that were in the playoffs, those losses hurt the most because you're there. You fight all the time to get there.
Yep.
I mean, are we just going to write into this or unfinished business or anything like that?
We can go right into finished business if you want.
Well, I was going to talk about the teams, like
Oh yeah.
we could do that later. But yeah, you fight to get in there, only to have it. It's 1 week at a time, and when you're in week 14, you got to win 3 games.
Yeah.
And it's tough, and you think you got a shot, and then you have that carpet yanked right out from underneath you.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, it's like you only have 3 games to win, and it takes everything you have to make it there. And then like all the underdog teams usually make it to the second round or maybe even do the Tonto Bowl and win it. But this might be one of the first years where 5 and 6 got knocked out in the first round. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause it's 1, 2, 3, 4 are left. So I'll be honest, I was kind of surprised that Disco got knocked out.
Well, poor Disco basically had to step onto a football field wearing Vans slip-on shoes instead of cleats due to his team being hampered.
It's a fair analogy.
Yeah. Dude fights his way back. I mean, let's just get into unfinished business. It's all for Bigler, man. Bigler got a raw deal. He got raw dogged, man.
He did.
He was cruising. He thought he was going to get out of prison, and all of a sudden he accidentally slapped somebody in the cafeteria.
Right.
He has to serve 3 more months, and now he's somebody's bitch. It's basically what it was. What just happened? He's like, dude, I'm getting out.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna make it all the way. I'm gonna beat Brian. He had this whole thing planned, and then all of a sudden, Le'Veon Bell decides that he's got the flu, but oh wait, he can go bowling and bowl like a 185 or whatever it is.
251.
251.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was a 251.
And he wasn't even trying to be inconspicuous. He had orange leather pants on. And he had alcohol and stuff all with his friends and stuff.
In Bell's defense, he was told not to play. He was not medically cleared to play the game. Like, I think if it was up to him, he would have.
Mm-hmm.
But they were just saying, like, probably you have to stay away from the team so it doesn't, you're not contagious and stay home, basically. He was cleared from everything.
How about you stay home and focus on getting yourself better for your team? Not going out bowling, drinking alcohol, and rolling a 251. If you can roll a 251, surely you can rush for 50 yards and catch 7 passes for 45 yards and maybe a touchy.
I agree, and he wanted to, but he was not allowed to.
I think it's bullshit.
I do too. And then Adam Gase, the coach, he's like, because they asked him about it, he's like, I can't make a guy, an adult man, stay in his house. He's like, that's just weird. You can't just force him to stay in his house. He can do what he wants. I mean, does it look good? No, it doesn't look good that you're out bowling the night before your game you're supposed to be playing, but I don't blame the guy. If he's feeling well enough to bowl, go bowl.
Is that what he said? I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Adam Gase is a weird guy.
Yeah.
Very weird.
He didn't care for the fact that he went bowling, but he's like, I can't tell him to stay home.
Well, yeah, but I'm not talking about Gase, Coach Gase. I'm talking about Coach Disco.
Yeah, Coach Disco.
Coach Disco wants him on the field. He wants him to represent his team. This is the second year in a row that Bell has fucked over Disco.
Yeah, I mean, it's the equivalent on a smaller scale. No offense, Disco, but it's the equivalent of me not having Dalvin Cook and CMC. For my playoffs.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's like a huge handicap. Like his 2 biggest running backs decided they couldn't play the last week
with tasty matchups.
Yep.
And Bigler made his trades, did everything right. He had it all set up, and then the fantasy gods came in and punched him in the dick.
They did.
Punched the sack blue.
His team was not that great from the draft. He'll be the first to admit it. Taking AB early,
right?
Marlon Mack, all this, but he survived it. He
went through the muck. Manager of the year,
maybe manager of the year in terms of the trades that he had to make in order to rebound his team. I mean, anybody goes from 1-5 to 7-5.
Yep.
What did he end up with? 7-6. Yeah.
7-6.
Yeah. Anybody can do that in the last 6 weeks. I mean, that's really impressive. Yeah. Given the squad he had.
It is. And then have Josh Jacobs has hurt his shoulder.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, he's out for the year.
Yep.
Well, guess what? He's playing this week.
Is he playing again this week?
Yeah, they're like he's been cleared.
That's the worst. Like Bell's playing this week.
Right.
Jacobs playing this week.
So
And
the
watch him go
fantasy
off.
guy, yeah, watch it go. Well, I hope Bell doesn't go off because I didn't put him in my lineup.
Okay. We'll get into that later.
We will, but I'm just saying.
Anything else there for about Disco's team there? About his playoff there?
Well, this goes out as an honorable gesture towards Disco and Justin Bahork,
Yeah.
a.k.a. Darkwing Duck. I'm sorry,
Jut.
Darkwing Jut. Sorry, that's terrible.
Best team name change mid-year, maybe ever.
Maybe Ever's right. Very good. Very jealous of it. This goes out to you boys. Well respected, well represented.
All right. Detling, that actually made me a little bit sad listening to all that.
Oh, I'm out of breath from it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, I was crying while you were playing. I didn't know you had that in you.
I only break it out once a year, Brian. I start running, trying to get the lungs open.
Yeah.
In the winter, it's hard.
It was well worth
I
it.
did it for Bigler and for Justin.
Wow. I didn't know if you were going to play the whole thing or just a snippet, but you played the whole thing.
I mean, I can barely run upstairs, let alone play the bugle.
Yeah, so good fight, gentlemen. You had a nice season. You made the playoffs. I know you wanted to go the whole way. You wanted to get the whole enchilada, but it wasn't meant to be this year. So don't hang your heads too low. Start planning for that off season and cheer on those West Coast teams.
That's right. I mean, we only got one, right?
Two. Josh is kind of West Coast.
He's stuck in the middle.
Yeah, he's like Connellsville. It's like an hour from Winburn.
I didn't even know it was a real town. I thought you guys were lying to me.
Connellsville's a real town.
Is that soccer team you guys played that one year in playoffs that you lost? 2-1 or
No,
something?
that was McConnellsburg.
McConnellsburg.
Yeah.
Is it next to McConnellsville?
No.
It's terrible names.
All right, Delling. I am probably the last person to give Craig any compliments. It kind of physically pains me to do so, but got to give Craig kudos. Got to give him a shout out for that video, the news. He put a lot of work into it, even down to the details of the channel. I don't forget what it was, like WTD something.
WKRP.
Yeah, I know TD was in there for Tonto's Demise. Channel 69.
Or WTDE 69.
Yeah. So I do like all the little, attention to detail. I love that he put a suit on.
A tie?
And I like how the tie was barely on.
I don't think Craig's worn a tie since your wedding.
That's hilarious. So it's been a decade?
I think so. The next time will be my wedding.
Yeah. But I like how it was a little bit loose around the collar, looked like disheveled,
Worn out.
Yeah.
He'd been through the ringer.
Like a beat reporter.
Like a whole season.
Yeah. So,
like a beat reporter. Clearly, he was the anchor.
He was the anchor. He was everything.
He was.
He did sports. He did weather. He did it all. So I think it was kind of like a FU to me, just to say, if you want something scripted, I'll give you something so scripted, I'm pretty much reading from a teleprompter. Love the live interviews.
Secured interviews with L. Bell and Antonio Brown, which is very hard to do.
Yeah, very hard.
Belle's usually out bowling, and Antonio Brown is usually too busy on Twitter dissing everybody.
True.
To even like pick up a phone.
Plus his rap career. Did you see that?
Who, Belle or Brown?
Brown.
Oh no,
Yeah,
he thinks he has a rap career too.
Yeah, he just released a single on YouTube this week called "Bad Decisions," and people are having a field day with it.
If it's anything like that happy birthday or happy anniversary video they did to the people that paid for it.
Oh yeah,
I imagine.
But yeah, Craig's video reminded me of. Do you ever see the show? I guess there's a lot of buzz around it. Like Crystal's family loves it. It's called Live PD.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it. Brandon Schaefer loves it. They told me stories and how crazy it is, and it's just fun.
It's like Cops on steroids.
Yeah, it's not Cops with steroids anyway.
The crazy thing is that they're following like 12 different cities at the same time on Friday night, so it's live, and then it's kind of like the Red Zone. It's the Red Zone of like policing, and like they go to the most interesting story. And the weirdest part is that they actually have like a commentator's desk with TVs in the background. They're wearing like suits and ties, and they're talking about these like crimes like it's sports. Wow. And it's really, really weird. And then they like, okay, we're gonna go live to Officer So and So, and I don't know. It just kind of reminded me of like what Craig was doing. I don't know if it was the Live PD spinoff, but
kind of reminds me that there will be new episodes of Reno 911.
I heard. I'm so excited about that.
I'm excited about that too. Although apparently the blonde lady's not going to be in it. I didn't see in the photo.
Really? I didn't see.
I'm not sure about the other one actually.
Yeah.
Either.
Now the one who's one of the state writers. Can't think of her name right now, but she's definitely in it.
The one with the short hair?
Yeah, the short hair.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, she's in it, but I don't know about the blonde. I know Terry's back.
Oh, yeah, like most of them are back.
Yeah.
But it should be pretty good, hopefully.
I'm sure it'll be great.
I tried to make Brogan watch the Reno 911 movie.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't go so well.
Didn't go well? Did she make it through the whole thing?
No. It was like 20 minutes in, and she was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what am I watching? I was like, it's funny. And she's like, sure it is. And I was like, why are we getting married?
Let's hope that your kid
has my...
All right, yeah. I hope that your future children have your sense of humor. Nothing against Brogan. I'm sure she's got a different kind of personality with sense of humor, but you know, if you can't find Reno 911 funny, I mean, yeah, that's a problem. That's a red flag for a child. You know,
for a child, yes. I hope that they have my sense of humor, my taste in music, love of sports. And but they also have Brogan's work ethic.
You got a very good point. That girl is driven.
Yeah, so if they have that, there's no stopping them.
And her looks.
Sure. Mix of her hair. Definitely her hair. Yes, I'm sure I'm not the most beautiful person.
Ah.
Way to hurt my feelings, Brian.
You're beautiful in your own way.
Disco would never do that. He would tell me I'm a handsome man. He loves me. And he'd cuddle me any day of the week.
He would.
He would, exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of you just called me ugly.
I never called you ugly. Come on now. I just said I would rather see your kids look like Brogan than you. That's all.
I'll have to let you know that when you're a female in my family, they tend to be, if we were doing like the movie Twins, the females are like Arnold Schwarzenegger and I'm Danny DeVito.
What do you mean by that?
They get the good genes. Haven't you ever seen the movie Twins?
Yeah. Good point.
Cousin Tina, my sister, both very looking broads.
Cousin Tina,
exactly.
Damn.
No,
damn, Tina.
Wow. She'll be at the wedding. Nobody's single though. You don't have you don't have millions of dollars.
Yeah.
That's what
she's still married. Happily.
Probably to a millionaire.
Yeah.
So if she said, Brian, buy me 500 pots and pans, and you said, baby, I'm on a budget, she'd be like, get the fuck out.
Baby, I'm trying to pay these school loans down. That's funny.
It's like you said, she's a good-looking girl, and she knows it.
Baby, I live in Greenfield.
She wants one on a date with Max Talbot.
Oh, that's interesting.
We look forward to the next newscast.
Craigie,
thank you for your time, Craig.
Yeah.
We look forward to the next newscast. Hopefully there's some interviews. It's not like a crazy chaos. The reporting is very well done.
Yeah.
And may you have many interns blowing you under the desk.
Do you think that was happening for that show?
Well, that's why he kept doing the thing with the papers. You know, he's like, oh yeah, you know, breaking news. I just got off.
I didn't. I only watched it once, so I didn't really see that.
Breaking news: snowstorm under Craig's desk.
Wow. I hope that's true. For his sake.
Oh my gosh, how funny was? How great would it be if the video was on and then her head popped up? It would be fantastic. I would love it. That would be the best video ever.
And who would it be? Dom's daughter?
Oh, don't you say
I don't even know her. I don't even know her.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's poor Dom's daughter. Dude, Dom's crazy. You don't want to mess with Dom.
So I've heard.
Yes.
So I've heard.
He's Italian. He's got it's one of the words. He's Italian and he's got resources.
Yeah, he can make you disappear.
He could make you I've heard stories.
Swim with the fishes.
Not about Dom, but about the Rizzos.
Yeah.
So. Swim with the fishes.
Yeah.
Or die with a broom stuck up your ass.
Ooh, I'll take the fishes.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But yeah, Craig, well done. Hope to see more of it. You know, we'll see you at the Demises. You know, I'll be wearing a shirt and tie. You'll probably be wearing that suit. And I don't know if you're going to take home the hardware or not, but you gave yourself a good shot with that video. So, well done.
Videographer of the year?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, are you even nominated for that?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, Tonto's Demise personality of the year.
Personality of the year?
Yeah.
So you think you're, like, top running before this video?
I'm just saying, like, on-air personality. I think not me, but, like, actually, I don't think, have we ever gotten it? Like, really? We usually give it to some random person. I think we've given it to Josh before for, like, an interview.
Yeah.
Nola, Pillow Rivers. I mean, maybe this is like A.B. Duck. Maybe it's his year.
A.B. Duck. Maybe. We'll have to see. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see you there, Craig.
We shall see. Somebody said that today.
This week's matchups.
Playoffs.
And this week we are not effing around. We're starting with the matchup of the week. Is it gonna be Gags versus me, or is it gonna be Josh versus
Jim, Crick. We know you don't like calling him called Jimmy. Jim.
Jimmy? Well, you'd be wrong on both counts because the real matchup of the week.
This is a championship semifinal of the Dynasty League. The Hail Marys going against the expansion team, a.k.a. Brian versus Detling.
The harder league, according to Detling.
Only 8 teams.
Detling has won last year, defending champ. All right, we're going to go down.
Trying to make it to 3 straight championship games.
You decide who's going to win this matchup. We're not going to decide. You decide.
That's right. We're not going to decide. You decide.
All right, quarterback. Starting for me, Deshaun Watson.
Starting for me, Lamar Jackson, or as I like to call him, Lamarvelous.
Nice. And starting for receivers, I've got Gags boy, Keenan Allen, and Nuke, DeAndre Hopkins.
And for me, I've got Chris Godwin, Bigler's boy, and freshly on the starting lineup due to the fact that I don't like Stephon Diggs, Debo Samuel.
All right, starting at running back, I've got one of Josh's boys, Fournette, and the tank, Derrick Henry.
Then on my running backs, I've got one of Josh's boys as well. Something I've always had for Josh, a Chubb. And one of Brian's boys, Dalvin Cook.
And Disco's going to love the fact that I have Waller the Baller.
And I've got Hunter Henry.
And in the flex, I've got not Rashard Penny, but Chris Carson.
I see. That's how it is going to be, Nola. Yes. And in the flex, I've got Kareem Hunt.
Yes. And for kicker, I've got Gold.
And I've got Tucker.
Tucker in both leagues.
Yep.
All right, and for defense, I'm taking the Minnesota, the Purple People Eaters, going up against
the New England Patriots. Even if they're cheating, I'm loving it versus Cincinnati.
All right, and the matchup projections are 126 for Detling to 125 for me.
Let's go, Detling.
Let's go, Hail Marys. now we're moving into Tonto's Demise. You know, Detling's second league, the easier league, the one that he didn't make the playoffs for.
My side piece.
Side piece. We've got our first matchup. Shawshank Athletics coming fresh off that bye in second place, going up against the Mighty Midgets who just took down Jut. He's ready to go. Any first thoughts about this matchup?
It's going to be quite the doozy. Not sure who I'm rooting for here.
It's a woozy doozy, and Josh, we were going to make you the matchup of the week, but you know what? Get your own podcast. Then you can make yourself the matchup of the week.
A little favoritism.
Yeah. But, you know, seriously, I could care less which matchup is first. These are both semifinal matchups. They're both going to be huge. The winner goes to the Tonto Bowl. The loser goes crying to the third place game.
Very true.
You ready to jump into this?
It's going to be huge. Huge, like my hands. Let's jump in.
I was at a Christmas party last week, and somebody was wearing a Trump sweater, and it says, "This Christmas is going to be huge."
Oh, boy.
It was bad.
Was it as a joke or for real?
For real.
Oh.
I know.
Rather, too bad you weren't wearing your Walmart, Let It Snow sweater.
Coked up sweater.
I wonder if I can get that on eBay now.
I bet you can for like $200.
I wish I would have saw that.
Yeah.
$200?
Probably.
Well,
Things like that.
What about the rollback price? $188?
All right. Crystal's brother would probably pay that. That's crazy.
Sounds like it. He's got 3 boys.
Yep. And a lot of Coke.
You got Who doesn't have a lot of Coke? All right. Let's get into it, brother.
All right. Starting for
Stacking around there.
Shawshank Athletics. We've got Jimmy G.
And for the Mighty Midgets, we've got Matty Ice Ryan.
And Josh is sitting Russell Wilson, which I know you are against.
I am, but I understand his method.
Yeah.
He's praying for Atlanta to be weak on defense.
Right.
I just think Atlanta's defense is just weak all over.
I mean, either matchup could turn out to be a run fest for the winning team. Like, you could see a lot of ground game for San Fran.
Yeah.
It could go either way. All right, starting for wide receivers for Josh, we've got Allen Robinson III, his first relevant fantasy season in forever. Amari Cooper and Tyler Boyd, the guy that took down Detling, essentially.
Very true. Don't like him. Not at all. And for Jim, we've got Cortland Sutton, Danny Amendola, and Sammy Watkins. Watson.
Wow. I mean, looking at these names, Cortland Sutton's respectable, but Amendola and Watkins in the playoffs, not the strongest that you've got there going there. But I'm guessing there must be some injuries. Of course, you got Ridley.
Ridley on the IR, brutal blow.
That is really tough.
Marquise Brown.
Yeah. So, it makes sense to me, Marquise Brown going against the Jets. I think he's making the best choice with what he's got. I'm going to take Josh's receivers.
I'm taking Josh's receivers, too. I don't think we didn't even talk about quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah. If we had to take quarterbacks, I'd probably go with... Oh, I didn't realize they're going head-to-head. I'm going to take Matt Ryan.
I'm taking Jimmy G, Handsome G.
All right. I just think Matt Ryan's going to need to throw the ball a lot.
Maybe.
I'm going on volume.
Okay.
All right. Are you taking Josh's receivers?
I am taking Josh's receivers.
All right. And Josh, he is so relieved, just like me, that his running backs made it into the playoffs healthy. Chubb and Elliott going up against...
Kamara and Carson.
This is actually a really good head-to-head matchup. Now that Carson is like the lead back, he's going to get some catches. He's going to get a lot of running. Your boy Penny's down again.
Yeah, what a freaking terrible move.
For me... All right. Which running backs are you going to take?
I'm taking Jim's running backs. I think Carson versus Carolina and Kamara versus Indianapolis will be more fruitful than Chubb and Elliott.
Yeah, I think Elliott's going to have some tough sledding. The LA Rams decided they realized how to play defense. Chubb might have a field day though. I'm going to give it to Jim Crick, just barely. I think it's going to be a really tight, close matchup. All right, tight end. We've got Hollister going up against
Godert.
Yeah,
Godert.
This is the most unsexy tight end matchup in quite some time. Hollister, isn't it like a clothing company?
It is. It's a terrible clothing company. The smell of the store makes me nauseous.
Yeah. I know that he wanted his boy Mark Andrews, who is
played him
even on a snap count.
I don't know if he was going to be on a snap count.
I don't either. And I didn't read up on all the details, but he is like Lamar Jackson's go-to guy.
I know.
It's like he's going to get a lot of looks. So that's a tough decision for Josh to make. I'm sure he didn't make it lightly. I'm sure he pondered it quite a long time. But I'm going to give it to Hollister. He's getting a lot of volume as well.
I'm going to go with Goddard because Philadelphia doesn't have any wide receivers.
All right, in the flex position, we have Leonard Fournette.
And the meatball, Eckler.
Who you taking?
Eckler.
Wow. I'm going to take Fournette going against Oakland. Fournette's been a force this year.
Eckler went bonkers last week. I think he's going to keep it going.
He had that one long pass play.
True.
All right. Kicker, we've got Johnny on the sly.
And Butker. I'm going Butker.
Butker. All right. And finally, defense, Baltimore going up against the Jets or
Tennessee going up against the Houston Texans.
I mean, I think this is clearly Baltimore.
I agree with you. It is clearly Baltimore.
You're begrudgingly.
Yes.
I think he's got a strong defensive chance here to put up a 40-point score potentially. We'll see what Bell does.
We'll see what Bell does right now. Bell's the only thing stopping him from putting a 40-point score down.
All right, Demling. Looking up and down these lineups, who are you going to take in this semifinal matchup?
I look up and down. I hate to say it. I'm going to take Josh. I think it's because of the weakness of Jim's wide receivers. I mean, when you've got Amendola and Watkins, and that's really bad.
Yeah.
And the strength of the running backs on both sides, and the defense of Baltimore, I think Josh might win this one pretty handily.
Yeah, without repeating anything you just said, I am going to concur that I think Josh is going to win this matchup. Crick had a solid team this year, and I'm not writing him off. He's not dead because it's anybody's matchup. But if he does get it done, he'll do it on the strength of his running backs.
Yep.
Carson could have a field day this week, and Kamara can do it every week. Eckler, he's been strong, but it'll be tough against Minnesota. But I'm going to give it to Josh. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think Josh is going to make it to Tonto Bull 17.
And now, the matchup we've all been waiting for. The matchup of the week. Gags slides into the 4th seed versus Brian Volchko, a.k.a. Hillbillies on PCP versus From Gags to Riches, or as Brian likes to say, From Gags to Bitches.
Ooh, I've never said that, but I like it.
And now, that's not...
I'm going to say it.
It's the cocaine speaking. That was also the cocaine speaking. That was my afraid little girl voice.
Dada.
Dada. Did I do it right?
You did it right.
All right.
All right, I put down a couple notes here real quickly just to kick this thing off. The last meaningful game that I played this season was against Gags in Week 10. I don't have the score in front of me, but I do remember I walloped him. I think I scored over 200 points. It's going to take... And the last loss that I've ever had this year was against Craig Kabisic. He scored 241 to my 229, Gags. If you want to beat me, it's going to take over 200 points. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I like my chances. So let's get right into the matchup.
All right. Starting at the quarterbacks for Brian Volchko.
I'll say that. Kirk Cousins.
It's me.
You're going to introduce my own team?
Sorry.
No way, man. Get off my lawn.
Party foul. My bad. Faux pas. For Gags, we have Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. Now, normally, I would be really upset the fact that I'm not having Phillip Rivers on my team, but you know what? This year, Kirk Cousins, he started off really slow, 29 points average for the first 4 weeks. Now he's got over 40 points a week. He's only thrown, I think, 1 interception in the last 6 games, so I'll take that. And I'm going to take Kirk Cousins.
Okay. I think I have to take Kirk Cousins as well. I think it's Phillip Rivers going against the tough Minnesota defense. Ooh, head-to-head matchup.
Yeah.
And Cousins going against the Chargers. It's going to be, I'm taking Cousins by about 2 points.
All right. Starting for wide receivers for the Hillbillies, we've got Galladay, DK Metcalf, and the guy that put a dagger in your heart, Randall Cobb.
Use my own boy against me.
I did.
All you people did that this year. It's really bad. And now for Gags, we have Devontae Adams. Keenan Allen and Julio Jones. Quite the triumvirate of number one receivers. I'm taking Gags receivers all day. This is what he did. He traded left and right for the receivers because he knows that his running backs aren't shit. And this is the only way he's going to make it.
I concur. I'm going to take his receivers all day. And the thing that scares me most about his team is they could all go off. You know, Julio Jones could put up a field day this week. The fact that Calvin Ridley's out, my only saving grace is that they're all going up against tough defenses. You got Chicago, Minnesota, and San Fran. I mean, obviously Drew Brees didn't have a problem picking apart San Fran for 5 touchdowns, so nothing is safe. And I think if I go down this week, it's going to be at the hands of these receivers. But yeah, I'm taking Gags receivers. I'm just, on a side note, I'm just really upset that I have so many quality receivers who just didn't make it this year. Juju, T.Y. Hilton, A.J. Green, and who else? I think that's it for... Oh, and Alshon Jeffrey. I wouldn't have played him anyway. But I had so many good receivers, but they just couldn't stay healthy. And I'm going to have to start Randall Cobb.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to say that Gags, you stole my playbook, and it's very clearly obvious. You have Phillip Rivers as your starting quarterback with 3 great wide receivers. I think I had 4. I think you have 4 as well. We haven't gone to the flex, so you're welcome, and the check better be in the mail.
All right, starting at running back. If I have a shot to win this, it's going to begin and end with CMC and Dalvin Cook.
Thank you. And Gags is going to have Todd Gurley and Matt Breida.
Brita Water.
Filtered for the San Francisco 49ers running backfield.
Go ahead, who you going to take?
All right, I'm taking you. It's clearly because your running backs have been dominating all year long. We know 26 points for a running back. Are you kidding me? 20 points for another? Projections are wild. I can't see any way that Gags pulls it off as far as Gurley, unless he's used like the Gurley of old.
Yeah.
And Breida has to have an 85-yard touchdown.
Yeah, Gurley, they're starting to use him like they did last year. That worries me a little bit. I think he'll have a nice game, but I think CMC, you got to worry about him. He hasn't had a touchdown in 2 games. I think he's going to go off this week. Seattle, their defense has been a little leaky lately, so I don't think CMC is going to take this down. All right, tight end.
All right, for tight end for Gags, we've got the recently hot, on fire, in fuego, Tyler Higbee.
Man, Disco hated every second of watching Tyler Higbee.
Oh, I imagined it on TV. As more catches he got, the more into the fetal position he went.
It was brutal. I was cheering for Disco. I really was. And I wanted him to have a solid chance, but every time Higbee touched the ball, every time Gurley touched the ball, it was like you could see it. Like
it was unfair.
Yeah, his chances faded.
It was like Sean McVay drew up the plan just to screw Bigler over.
That's right. and you wanted Miles Sanders to have a chance on Monday night, but every time they got a catch, you just saw that hope slipping away.
Weak sauce right there.
Yeah. Going up against Travis Kelce, previously of Detling's team. Previously starting for Detling's team, and we're happy to have him. I'm glad he's healthy, and he's going up against Denver, so that'll be tough. But I think that I'm still going to take Travis Kelce against Higbee.
They always say it's going to be tough, but I can remember specifically one year when I was playing against Gags, and I needed Antonio Brown, Ezekiel Elliott, and Travis Kelce, and I was ahead by like a ridiculous amount of points. Of course, Antonio Brown goes off. Of course, Ezekiel Elliott goes off. And, of course, on the way home driving back to Johnstown, I listened to the Denver Broncos play the Kansas City Chiefs, and Travis Kelce went crazy.
Against Denver?
Don't tell me that Denver's tough.
All right, well, I hope it happens again.
It's Kelce by a mile. And worst trade I've ever made in my life.
Ever?
Well, if I crunch the numbers like I've been doing, 200 points last week, probably 200 points this week. Wow. I'm telling you, it might be the second year I get 3 straight 200-point games.
Are you playing from the sideline?
I am.
All right. In the flex position, we've got for the Hillbillies, Derrick Henry. I almost traded this beast away. I almost traded him away.
Can you tell?
Yes, I'll tell. To Dub C.
What?
It almost happened. And so for Tyler Lockett.
Whoa.
It would have been a fair trade at the time. But I said Derrick Henry, he has snow tires. He's made for the playoffs. And I'm ready for him to just roll through Houston, get his team closer to the playoffs, and get my team into the Tonto Bowl. He's going up against...
Well, first off, did you know somebody who didn't think he was ready for the playoffs?
I can't remember. Who's that?
Craig Kopesic. Thank you, Craig. Thank you very much. Flex appeal. What were we talking about? Who wins?
No,
Jarvis Landry for Gags of Cleveland going against Arizona. Interesting 15-point projection. I'm going to disagree with it. I think it's Chubb and Hunt time. And I think Derrick Henry gets like 15 points.
He's going to steamroll Houston. I take Derrick Henry as well. Mm-hmm. All right, in the kickers, I've got Bailey going up against
that other guy.
Yeah. Gay.
Yeah.
Gay for Gags. Are you gay for Gags?
No, I'm not. I'm
if you were
for Bailey.
If you were gay, would you be gay for Gags?
No, I would not. Two bears don't make a right.
That's great. All right, I'll take Bailey. I really don't care. And then finally, defense. I've got my steel curtain. Completely different from the original steel curtain, but man, they are looking good. Going up against
Seattle. Against Carolina.
And I'm hoping that CMC lights up Seattle. And I'm hoping that the Steelers D continues doing what they've been doing most of the year, holding Buffalo to maybe 15 points or less with 3 turnovers and 6 sacks. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
I got to go Pittsburgh as well, man. Big game at home with their fans at 8 o'clock at night because the NFL decided to flex it. The punks will be there. And we know, and all you guys won't, so you'll be square. And the Steelers are taking it home. Yep. And I think that's going to win it for Brian.
I hope that it does.
And Gags is probably going to watch it on TV and grimace the whole time.
I truly, truly hope that it's not a blowout. But I hope that I have it locked up by Pittsburgh before Pittsburgh's game because that's the only thing happening after 4 o'clock. So I'm hoping it's sealed up or... You know what? Maybe I only need a few points. But then again, you remember what happened whenever Justin only needed like 2 points? He barely got it.
It's true.
This year, he barely got the 2 points that he needed. So no lead is safe. But anyways, overall, I really do think that it's going to be my year to take down Gags. He's got a solid team. I'm worried about his receivers. I'm worried about Gurley. I'm not too worried about Phillip Rivers, but Gurley could have a big game, and his receivers could go off. Julio Jones with the potential of like a 40, 50-point game, that scares me.
It always does. That's why people get him.
Yep.
He might not score touchdowns, but he can get you like 12 catches for 200 yards.
Yep.
Thank you.
So, anyways. All right, who are you taking, Dylan?
Taking you, Brian. I think you're going to go to the championship here. I think you're going to beat Gags, and I just think your running backs are just too powerful to mess with.
Yeah, barring injury, I think I should have it. But, any given Sunday, everyone says it is true because you can have all the confidence in the world before Sunday starts, and then everything can go, the other team's way. And that's the breaks. I like my team. I like what I've assembled, other than Randall Cobb. I really wish he wasn't playing, but he could surprise me. You never know. Anyways.
You've dominated this league this year, and the only thing that's going to make it worth it is if you go to the championship game.
Exactly.
If not, you're just going to fall into the folklore of Ryan Tree sizism.
Ryan Tree sizism.
Tony Romo jerseys.
Yeah, all of that.
All that stuff.
One of the greatest assembled teams. I know Bigler's had a great one that didn't make it. I know Gags had one that won it. He assembled a juggernaut, and he won it all, so it can be done. But I don't think history's on my side. History's not on my side. But that number 1 seed, it doesn't happen often. That you go all the way through and you steamroll. I'm hoping this year is one of those years, though.
And because usually there's juggernauts that are just lying in wait, like a lion in the field to take you out, like my team last year.
That is very true. But anyways, best of luck to you, Gags. May the best squad win. You've got a formidable team, one that is feared, that deserves to be in the semifinal, one that deserves to potentially go to the Tonto Bowl. I don't take this lightly. But I'm hoping for a nice, solid matchup, and I would love to see both our teams go over 200 points, and then the top team just takes it home.
Which you would love for to be you.
Yeah, hopefully. But you know what? If I score over 200 points and lose, I'll be able to sleep at night.
No, you won't. It's a terrible
No,
feeling.
I know. Who am I
Terrible
kidding?
feeling.
Who am I kidding? But I know the last couple times, like, you know, my team just didn't perform. 2 years ago, whenever I was number 1 seed, I think I scored 130 points in the semifinal game.
I will tell you that for the first 3 hours of work today, I did nothing but think about why am I not in the playoffs. It literally was like I made 2 mistakes. I was on roulette where nobody else was around. You know, electric roulette, I call it. All I do is spin a ball and hit a button. I screwed up twice.
Wow.
Because all I was doing, because I was just like first hour and I was like, fuck, why am I not in the playoffs? Why? You know, this is bull. Seeing all the people, like all the TV, ESPN and all the stuff going on. So, you better enjoy it, guys.
Yeah, we do. I think Josh does. I know Gags does. I think everybody who makes it this far fully appreciates it. They know what it takes. It's never a gimme. It's never a walk in the park to get here. So, yeah, we're proud to be here. We're proud to serve. And just hope that we can serve Tonto's Demise and the fantasy guys and put up some solid numbers. So
We hope so too, because Craig and I talked a little bit, and we said it seems like maybe the more talented teams are on the outside looking in.
is that right?
We aren't looking. We just said it. We just said it. Yeah. Just a couple guys talking over some coffee.
All right.
Just look at some of the people that aren't in there. DeAndre Hopkins,
No, you're
Patrick
right.
Mahomes,
You're right. You're
Tyreek
right.
Hill.
But I will say this, that the 2 favored teams have 6 of the top running backs in the league. They might be 6 of
Clearly a monopoly.
they might be 6 of like the top 7 or 8 running backs in the league, depending upon the week. So I don't think that's coincidence. I think running backs, the pass catching running backs, I don't know that Derrick Henry is one, but they are elite. You need to have a couple of them in your league. You don't need to have them, but it helps. It helps.
Sure does. Which is why I like to take this public announcement, time for a public announcement. Oh, hold on. Do not let Brian Voltsko trade you his first round pick spot if he's at 6 for 12 next year.
Why not?
Because you're going to say, give me this, and then I'll take the second round with you, and then we'll flip it. It's just cool for you, but then I'll be able to pick out somebody like Dalvin Cook
But
to go with my Dalvin Cook.
That's good. That's true. It's very true. You know what's ironic about all this, and I really didn't put it together until this moment. The only reason the Gags and I traded picks was so that he could keep Kelsey in the second.
Oh, that's
Okay.
ironic.
Yeah, don't you think? And I honestly didn't put it together until this moment, but it's kind of ironic that Kelsey ended up on my team, and Gags and I were the ones that traded at the very right before the draft. But yeah, I'm gonna make you good offers if I get a late pick, so take it. You know, if I get like the 4th pick overall, and you have the 12th, you might take that, right?
No.
You wouldn't take that?
No, because I want the wraparound. Because you get 2 great things. You might not get 1 great player, but you're going to get 2 close to great players, because every year more people get back into the poll. They get back into the player poll. Kamara, other
True,
people.
true.
The draft gets
CMC.
deeper.
CMC's
The draft
back.
gets deeper.
Yeah,
oh
but-
yeah. So if you give me the number 1 pick for
Of
CMC,
course.
I will do it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't do that. But look, Disco.
we'll get to keep Cook.
Disco had the wraparound. Where's he? Well, he made playoffs. Though.
He made playoffs.
Yeah, he did make playoffs.
So
Give him that. He made
and if
playoffs
you would have taken Cook
I know.
instead of AB,
Yeah.
we might be talking about Disco right now.
this week. That's very possible.
But who knew that AB would go off this freaking rocker?
And who knew Dalvin Cook wouldn't get hurt?
True.
Because that was a gamble. It's a risk.
Sure, it
He's an
was.
injury
It
risk.
was.
And it might be an injury risk this week. You
Well,
know?
don't wish bad.
I
Don't
know,
wish ill will on
don't.
yourself.
No, never do. But anyways, the last thing I want to say before we wrap up is I love the fact that we have 2 West Coast versus 2 East Coast, and the fact that it could be West versus West in the end. It could be East versus East. It could be West versus East, and I think that's just kind of fun.
It is, and we all know who everybody's rooting for.
Who
Well, Ed's rooting for Gags.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to make the trip all the way again.
Of course, or Crick. He'd probably root
Or
for
Crick, yeah. Well, yeah. We've never been to Crick's place.
No.
That'd be kind of cool. I mean, you owe me a ride, so.
Oh my goodness.
And we're rooting for the West is rooting for you or Josh.
They're probably rooting for Josh.
Because it's
Because-
an hour from Winbury
Well,
as opposed to 2 hours.
That and because he has no titles.
Yeah, it's true.
You know.
I don't think I want to give him the trophy though, because I'll be afraid he has 4 dogs chewing it up.
Good point. Very good point. It could be a Cobra Bowl. It could be an all East Coast Bowl. I'm just excited to see who it's going to be. Clearly, I'd like to be there, but, it's out of my hands now. It's in the fantasy gods' hands.
It is. Hopefully, you guys have offered your sacrifices, said your prayers, and have done nothing to piss them off.
I've been trying, because the only time that I pissed them off was whenever I came down from the mountain and was acting all high and mighty, and that week.
What are you, Moses?
Kind of. That week, they literally took a few players from me, and mainly they took Stafford. He was on a roll that week. That was the beginning of his decline.
They're right. They're like, Brian's too cocky. We're gonna break his back.
Right.
That's why that was all Brian's fault.
Yeah, the guy who's never really missed any games up until that point. We're gonna break his back. We're not gonna even make it like a high ankle sprain. We're gonna break his back in half. But yeah, so since then I've kept my mouth quiet. I understand that I'm just a mere mortal to the fantasy gods, and
It's true. You were just a mortal instrument.
that's right. We're just pawns in this game.
We are.
But anyways, looking forward to it. I don't know. Are you gonna keep your eyes on the matchups? Do you care?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna watch.
Yeah.
I'm
Are you gonna watch any other team than your own? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the matchups.
You're gonna be like me versus Brian, me versus Josh.
I mean, I'll sit down and figure it out. It's true. Hopefully, or Craig will figure it out for me.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I know he likes to do that sort of thing and point out if I was wrong, which probably am now I think about it. But yeah, no, it'll be fun. I like to watch all the games, and I have Sunday off, so it should be cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I took it off for the game.
That's right.
Because it was a 1:00 game.
Yep.
And there's no way I walked back to the manager's place. It's like, hey, can I work till 7? No, fuck you.
And just a side note, I'm going to be at a Christmas concert, and I'm looking forward to it. It's a great concert. We took Detling last year, and was it Tonto Bowl, or was it the week?
It was versus Craig. Because I had the Atlanta defense.
So it wasn't even the Tonto Bowl, huh?
Nope.
It was probably week 15. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was the same week 15. And in intermission, it was hilarious. Detling went to the little lobby area, and he's just scrolling through his phone as fast as he could to figure out what was happening, to see if he had a chance, if he was up or down. And to his credit, he didn't look at his phone the entire show.
Was so tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a crackhead.
Oh,
like
you were like
hair when I was doing the itch.
Scratching himself raw.
I was scratching my thigh.
He was bleeding.
Pick up the phone. Don't do it. Nola's watching.
But whenever he was out there in the hallway, it's like his eyes were like laser focused, biggest saucers. Like he was just trying to figure out what was happening.
That's right. People were like, take a photo of me. No, get away from me.
Yeah.
I don't care about your family.
Yeah.
And you're in the Christmas tree.
I don't care about your traditions. I don't care about
This is Craig Kabisic.
This is week 15. This is the playoffs.
This is lifetime stuff.
But I don't remember exactly who was pulling through for you at that time, but you did have some good information.
Falcons defense went nuts, and I needed every bit of it.
Yeah, I knew it was Atlanta. I couldn't remember who it was.
It was a gamble, and it paid off. What are we doing?
All right, final thoughts, Detling?
Good luck to everybody. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. Hopefully everybody has a good time. Hopefully everybody wins. And
everybody wins.
And good luck to everybody, and it doesn't matter about me because I'm not in the playoffs.
All right. I'm just hoping that everybody in here puts up a nice score. No offense to the last week's matchups. They were a little lackluster. But it would be great to see like 4 200-point games, matchup, just to see some real showdowns. And I don't want it to come down to Sunday night for me, but if it does, it'll make it more exciting. If Juju plays, I'm still probably not going to play him because he'll probably be in a snap count and be a decoy. So it'll be Pittsburgh's D versus whatever I have to make up.
Sure, you'll be on the edge of your frozen butt seat.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a little cold. There might be some snow, which would be kind of cool.
Nice. Snow game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, best of luck to everybody. And next week we will know who's in the Tonto Bowl.
Isn't it crazy how fast
16
weeks go by?
It's true. These 16 weeks just go by so fast. It's hard to believe that it's A, Christmas is right around the corner, and B, Tonto Bowl's next week.
Yeah. And to be fair, like Craig said, I myself kind of get bored by week 10 or 12.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, nah. And Craig, like says, was so competitive this year. I had to be consistently looking at the thing every week every week.
It's draining.
It is draining.
It's a grind.
And Brogan cannot wait for it to be over.
I'm sure.
Because she got this side thing. Oh,
Okay,
you gotta do your
Dad,
podcast.
I'm going
All right. Do you have any final thoughts, Nola?
to table. Good Dada.
All right.
How much money did you pay her to say that?
I gave her all the shows she ever wants to watch. And, yeah.
Dad.
All right. You ready, darling?
I'm always ready, Brian.
Goo, 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 goo.